If Jimmy Carr would have a child with this guy who plays in The Good Doctor, then that was how he would look like.
That's so accurate. But he has this magician persona. I expect him to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Valdemar.
And I'm Veronica.
And yeah, go on.
And today we're watching John Mulaney, who is, at least for me, an absolutely new comedian. Have you seen this guy before?
No, but his face seems familiar for some reason. I think he has a specific face, and I think I saw this face somewhere.
We saw this face somewhere before.
At one point in my life.
I don't think I've seen this face at any point in my life. So this will be the first time watching for me. And the video that I chose for us to watch as the first time is he got cheated out of $120K.
Dollars.
USD dollars. So we wanted to check out a new comedian. It's been, well, not really a while, but we try to check out new people as well. Not only watch Bill Burr and George Carlin, though we like them as well.
How rich you have to be to lose 120,000 and do a stand-up about it and not immediately hang yourself?
I watched the first 5 seconds to check the volume of the video, and I think it's about the university. Yeah, so you don't have to be all that
yes,
rich
because
at all.
you pay for university. That's right.
You have to have a loan.
That's true.
So I'm excited to see, because we are still looking for new comedians to follow. Not really much to say because I don't know the guy. I don't know if it's going to be funny
sorry
or not.
for saying you, because there are also lots of people from the countries when you don't have to pay. So sorry for
you Americans, which is the majority of our audience, which is why you said it.
I don't think only Americans. I think it's not only in America.
Yeah, it's
that
not only
you need
Americans.
to pay
In the Great Britain, you also have to pay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you pay?
No, because it's only if you're the citizen of the Great Britain. If you're a citizen from a country from abroad, you don't have to pay, which is very funny.
I'm not surprised that they left the EU.
Yeah.
I would leave too.
Yeah, that was a very bad deal at the time. I think it's different currently. I mean, even before Brexit, I think it changed. But anyway.
Ready?
Yes, but I just wanted to remind our audience that we have a movie channel where we post movie reactions every Friday.
Course, yes.
And you can find it in the description box.
And also Patreon. You can check it out. Link is also in the description.
Patreon.
Let's
watch it.
I went to college.
What is this
the
camera?
Whole time. Holy shit, right? I just got a letter from my college, which was fun, because mail, you know?
Is it fun?
So I opened up the letter, and they said, hey, John, it's college. You remember? I said, yes, of course. And then they said, how did they phrase it? Then they said, give us some money as a gift. We want a gift.
Oh, okay.
But only if it's money. I found...
If Jimmy Carr would have a child with this guy who plays in The Good Doctor, then that was how he would look like.
That's so accurate. But he has this magician persona. I expect him to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
He has to. Like, if I would pay ticket for his stand-up, I would expect him to.
I think it's the stage 2 that adds to this image, but yeah, definitely. I expect at least a card
and
trick.
he should have a cylinder also.
Yeah.
But only if it's money. I found this peculiar. Because you see, what had happened, New York, was that when I was a student, you see, I had paid them a tuition money.
This is not
every
about
semester,
tuition.
2 semesters a year for 4 years. I don't remember exactly what it was, but rounding up, back in $1999, it was about $15,000 a semester, 2 semesters a year for 4 years. So it was about $30,000 a year for 4 years. So it was about $120,000, okay? So roughly speaking, I gave my college about $120,000, okay? So you might say that I already gave them $120,000, and now you have the audacity to ask me for more money? What kind of a cokehead?
I have to know why you're laughing, because you don't look like you're laughing at what he's saying. Are you laughing at how he traced the cable behind himself, or what?
No. I was laughing at how he had to explain the math.
Yeah.
Behind this, like 15,000 a semester.
I think
Semester 2 times a year. So it's 30,000.
Okay, I think that was
4
part of the
years.
joke, at least. But if you looked like you were laughing at him and not with him, so that's why I wanted to check.
Relative. More money? What kind of a cokehead relative? What kind of a cokehead relative is my college? You spent it already! I gave you more money than the Civil War cost, and you fucking spent it already! Where's my money? I felt like Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life when he's screaming at his Uncle Billy. I was like, where's the money? Where's that money, you fat motherfucker? Where's my money? Stay down on the ground. Stay down on the ground, you motherfucker. That's not the dialogue, but do y'all remember that scene from It's a Wonderful Life? Great movie, Frank Capra, 1946. $120,000. And I have friends I went to college with, and they're like, oh, you should donate and be a good alumnus. And they wear shirts that say school, and it's like, look, if you're an adult still giving money to your college is a $120,000 hooker, and you are an idiot who fell in love with her. She's not gonna do anything else for you. It's done. In their letter, they were like, hey, it's been a while since you've given us money. I was like, hey, it's been a while since you've housed and taught me. I thought our transaction was over. I gave you $120,000, and you gave me like a weird cinder block room with a Reservoir Dogs poster on it. And the first real heartbreak of my life, and probably HPV, and then we called it a day.
Did you receive such a letter that you should donate money for your university?
No.
Is it like a standard practice?
I have no idea. Like guys who studied in the US, let us know if in the US it's the standard practice. But
it's in the Great Britain.
Why? He said he paid dollars.
But didn't he say at the beginning that he is from the Great Britain?
I didn't hear that.
I don't know why I was under an impression.
No, I think maybe because we were talking about Great Britain. Oh, I'm sorry, but he keeps saying dollars, so I'm pretty sure it's in the US.
I don't know why. Sorry, I was under an impression that he's a British.
Yeah, I was going to ask as well, because I wonder if it's because he's like famous, so that he got this request for the donation, or is it that I suppose everyone gets it. It's like some kind of newsletter or something like that.
United States, then I can see that, because there is like the being at the university is like a part of your life, of your persona, like
if it's a good university, of course. Duh, it's difficult to get in. Of course, you make it your persona. That's what all the pain is for, so that you can later say, "I've been to Cornwall."
Yeah, and it's like also you have benefits from that. Like if you want to send your son, or your daughter to the same university, it's
no.
I think it does.
Well, it depends how famous you are, but if you're just a regular person, I don't think at all.
I think it does. Like if you are spending money still on the university.
Oh yeah, if you're still spending money on it, then maybe.
And probably HPV, and then we called it a day. Probably. Also, what did I get for my money? What is college? Stop going till we figure it out. Because I went to college, I have no idea what it was. I went to college, I was 18 years old, I looked like I was 11. I lived like a goddamn Ninja Turtle.
There's such a big audience, God.
Yeah.
I didn't drink water the entire time. I lived on cigarettes and alcohol and Adderall. College was like a 4-year game show called Do My Friends Hate Me or Do I Just Need to Go to Sleep? But instead of winning money, you lose $120,000. By the way, I agreed to give them $120,000 when I was 17 years old with no attorney present. That's illegal. They tricked me. They tricked me like Brendan Dassey on Making a Murderer. They tricked me like poor Brendan. They pulled me out of high school. I was in sweatpants, all confused. 2 guys in clip-on ties are like, come on, son, do the right thing. Sign here and you'll be an English major. I was like, okay. Yes, you heard me. an English major. I paid $120,000. How dare you clap? How dare you clap for the worst financial decision I ever made in my life? I paid $120,000 for someone to tell me to go read Jane Austen, and then I didn't.
And then I didn't.
But do you know how does it look in the United States? If he is from the United States, or how does it look in Great Britain? Like, because for comparison, in Poland, the college is free. Right?
If you study in the regular schedule, if you want to study in the evenings or something. Sorry.
I was going to that point.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you at the end of your high school, you do this exam. It's called Matura. And then based on this exam, the colleges will accept the number of applicants.
Universities, yeah.
Universities, yes, based on your score. And they will have like one university will have like 120 seats. The other university in different city will also have like 100 seats. And then those people with the highest score can go there. But also there is a different program when you go on weekends or during the evenings, but you need to pay for that. And then your results does not matter, right?
Yeah.
You just need to pay. Yeah. So I wonder how it looks in the United States. Like, if you are rich, you can be dumb and just go to the Harvard.
No, the Ivy League universities you have to get into. I think I think most of the state universities you get into. But there are universities like online courses or private universities that you can pay for, regardless of your score, I think. But it also it affects what kind of loan you have, because if you get into the country university college, then you get the federal loan, which is better. It has a lower percentage, and it's usually dependent on whether you ever earn a certain amount. And if you never end up earning the certain amount, you never get good employment, then you never have to pay it back. But I think these loans are not so easily offered for other kinds of private universities. Okay,
but other question that I have now, because he said that he spent $120,000 on the course.
Yeah.
The course?
Yeah, on the entire...
Of the English studies.
The degree.
Yeah, but you can say for the degree, because if you will never get a degree, then you don't pay for the degree. You pay for like a course.
Say, yeah.
So, does every course cost the same?
No.
Like, if you would want to go for medicine?
No, from what I know, no, not. But I think it depends.
So how much is the medicine, for example? Like what,
it's
400,000?
It's longer, so it's more. But I remember I was only ever checking the rates for Harvard because I could apply for Harvard. I was at a good university, but not at Harvard. Not comparable. Anyway, they had different rates for different subjects, different schools, because there's a school of law, school of medicine. Different schools had different rates.
But I would understand that, to pay that kind of money because in the United States, you basically, when you finish some good studies, you basically have a good job, right?
I don't know. I don't know that well about
because
the
it's
States,
because it's much more exclusive, to finish those.
I don't think it's that exclusive. I think it's just very, very common that everyone has student loans, because it's the student debt. Because you don't have almost no one has this money. It's always a loan, and this loan, like I said, is dependent on your future employment. So I think the normal life is just that you get this loan if you are, privileged enough to be able to even apply to the university. Everyone has the loan. Everyone has the chunk taken from their salary, probably often even directly from the salary, so they never even see this money. That's
scary. That's like that's even worse deal than having a wedding. Like, you spend all this money to just have a party for 4 years.
That's even the worse deal than having a wedding. Thanks, Voldemort.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
You spend that much money and you have a one night of fun, but here you spend all this money for 4 years. You are partying, study a little bit, and then you have this debt for entire rest of your life.
There are some resources. I saw these websites that help you calculate how much you are likely to earn in a certain industry and whether it's worth it to pay this amount for the degree. But it depends probably.
Also, the guy, this John Mulaney, he looked like he was hosting a game show.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting
like
him.
Hunger Games.
What?
He had this not creepy, but he had this very performative aura, like he was in the Hunger Games or something.
No, I was expecting him to go like, who wants to spin the Wheel of Fortune? And with the letter A, C, D.
But you know what? I really liked it. It was wildly entertaining. It wasn't that funny to me.
It wasn't very funny.
It was not very funny, but I really enjoyed watching him perform.
Yeah, like a magician.
I think he should like do the Golden Globes or something in this style. It would be refreshing. It would be something completely else because I haven't seen this style because it's it's a little bit retro, I'd say, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it because it's right. We just watched last week or 2 weeks before Pete Davidson when he rolls out onto the stage in his jacket and in his Air Forces, and he looks like he's the most casual and chill guy ever. And then on the other hand, you had this guy who just looks like he belongs in what's that movie called? The movie I'm thinking about the magicians. Oh, the really good movie about the two magicians.
Prestige.
That one.
I don't think they were suits. They wore suits.
I think they did. Just era accurate. I don't know. But yeah, I would be, if you guys have any recommendations for something else, I would be curious to see just because I really enjoyed watching it. But again, it wasn't the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
But
I'm surprised at the number of audience.
But I think it's just because you can't look away. If he was talking for 40 minutes, I would have watched him just because he's so entertaining in the way that he's speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's different.
Is there a word in English for those kind of people that that they host weddings and parties?
I'm sure there is, but I can't think of it.
Let us know.
Like performer, but
let us know, and let us know what you think about John Mulaney. Is he like a good comedian? Is he better nowadays, or if he's worse?
Yeah, let us know.
What do you think? And about those universities in your country, not just US and United Kingdom. Let us know.
Yeah.
How it looks in your country.
I think the best deal is in Finland.
Why?
Well, I always heard it's really good in Finland if you want to study. Well, you have to do the compulsory army service, but apparently it's really good to study.
Great.
I said that's the downside. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for watching with us, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Check out our movie channel. Check out our Patreon. Bye.